It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. Not only is it a Monday, y'all, which means it is a Metal Monday, it is also my birthday. And so for my birthday, I thought it would be fun to get together with my little brother, DJ Dan. We recently did a Zoom and we listened to Deliverance from Opeth, one of his favorite bands and now mine. And so I am excited to share my conversation with my little brother and our sort of co-reaction to Deliverance by Opeth. Okay, y'all, I am here with DJ Dan, my little brother. It is my birthday, and we're going to have some fun today. I see you wearing your Opeth shirt, dude.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday, by
Thank
the way.
you.
I think this makes you what?
Too old, man. I'm getting there. The
Your gray
numbers
looks
keep
good, though.
adding. It's crazy. Now, I turned
Good.
46 today.
Nice. Nice.
So,
That's
in my
good.
prime. In my prime.
Yeah, I
So,
had to
where
bring
is your
out the.
Opeth shirt from?
This is from the Opeth concert at live at Red Rocks.
The one that we're going to hear. The one that we're going to listen to or
I had to
listen
break
part of
out the
today.
swag, man. I had to break it out. So you have the
So,
band here, and man, what a great night! Wasn't too cold, and iconic venue. So it was. You'll see, but it's pretty epic.
so I have brought Dan here today, friends, for my birthday because Dan took me to my first Opeth show. He introduced me to the band. I enjoy the band quite a bit, and we were trying to think, what am I going to do for not only a Metal Monday, but a Metal Monday that is on my birthday? And he said, "Well, we got to do some Opeth." I'm like, "So you picked a tune, right? So which song have you picked that I have not yet reviewed by
It's a
Opeth?"
very tough decision, as it always is, but we decided to go with Deliverance. Uh,
Deliverance.
Deliverance.
Deliverance. So I looked up some information about this, so I got to get the boilerplate out of the way. Their sixth album, they released it in 2002. As I look at it, it's just 6 songs, but it's over an hour of music, so they've got some longer tunes on it. And this one was done in combination or recorded at the same time with Damnation, right? So I listened to all of Damnation on my Patreon. That was, I'm looking at my notes, November of last year. But I
Okay.
haven't heard anything from Deliverance, and so we got the title track today. It's gonna be fun.
I think you'll like it. There's some really good tunes on this album. It's an interesting cut, from Michael's perspective. But I think shoot, what was it?
Hmm.
It was Martin Lopez on the drums. So this is not Martin Lopez in this specific. So the live
Oh, so
version,
yeah, the live version that we're gonna do was from Red Rocks, right?
right?
So
Right.
that's all the
Which
way
is
in
Axe.
2017. So by the time we get here, there's a different drummer, right?
Different drummer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, y'all. Dan has his proof that he was at this particular show where they filmed the DVD, right? My Opeth shirt is my proof that I've been to an Opeth concert. Should I turn around so they can see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm wearing pants, so that should be
Show them the
okay.
goods.
Opeth down there. Okay, there it is, Radio City.
There it is, Radio City Music Hall. That
Yeah.
was October 1st. That was a good
Because you
time.
weren't going to be able. There
There,
we are.
there we
There we are
are.
in Times Square. That was me pre-beard, right?
Oh, wait, was that beard or beard? Like, 'cause-
Either way, I didn't have my facial hair yet, right? So I remember you weren't going to be able to come to that concert, but you were at, I think, a funeral in Arkansas, and you had an opportunity to get away, and so you just, like out of the blue, you went online and you bought some tickets and you bought a red eye, and you're like, "Hey, Doug, I'm coming to Jersey. We're going to New York tomorrow night." I'm like, "What?"
we made it happen. We made it happen. It was, yeah, I saw a window of opportunity in the afternoon, found some internet service,
Awesome.
and hopped in the Cadillac and drove to the Memphis airport. And red eye, there I was.
So we saw Opeth at Radio City in New York there October 1st, 2016. I went I couldn't remember what they played. So I went back and I looked because you can look up set lists, right, from individual concerts. And they played their first set, they played some stuff from Damnation and some other. No. Sorry, they played some stuff from Sorceress, which was their current album at the time, and a few assorted favorites. And then they did a short set from Damnation, and then they finished with Deliverance. And as it says here, Deliverance was the final song of the night when we heard them. So I have heard this song, I just didn't know that I was hearing it. Right? And when I looked at the DVD listing from the Live at Red Rocks that you did, it says that Deliverance ended that concert too. Do you remember if that's right?
I do. That is correct, and it's common. I think this is a more popular song for Opeth to end their concerts with. But I've been to probably 20 Opeth concerts that I could probably think about all of them, but it's a lot, right? I lived in San Francisco for over a decade, and so
Yeah.
they came through San Francisco, Oakland a lot, Santa Cruz, flew down to the band's 25th year anniversary concert in Los Angeles at the Orpheum Theater, which was an awesome show there. But yeah, it's a common song for them to end with, and it's a
How
great tune.
have you got to meet them backstage one time, right?
Yeah, that was actually that. Thank you for asking. Yeah, that was at their 25th year anniversary. They played their first. It was two sets. The first set was the whole Ghost Reveries album from start to finish. There's a short break, and then they played a eclectic version of basically all of their other, I think one or two songs from each album
Okay.
to that point, which was awesome. But yeah, we got to meet the band. We had they signed our we totally. You had to tell, it was take some deep breaths and just be a real person. And they're
That's
cool
cool.
guys, they're all super cool, chill guys. And
Do you have any
it was quite
swag?
an
Like, do you have any
experience.
like trinkets and stuff like that you've got over the years, or
Yeah, of
shirts,
course.
or
Of course, I have, I won't show you. So
oh,
this was one of the things we got at the anniversary. So it's guitar picks. So for all those guitar players out there, there's probably 10 or 15 guitar picks in here, but there's,
that's cool.
there's Opeth there. This was one of the, I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is kind of shows
XXV
there. Yeah. Just
25
25th anniversary tour. And yeah, we were backstage.
VIP. There you
Yeah, so
go.
front row. I mean,
Front
it's pretty
fucking
cool
row.
being that close to the band, being front row. But obviously, the sound wasn't perfect.
Mm.
Just getting that close to the stage, but there's no complaints.
So the
I
25th anniversary show, where was that?
Oh, that was at the Orpheum in Los
Los
Angeles.
Angeles.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So
L.A., Denver, New York.
yeah, so tell me about the Denver experience before we listen to it. Was that just a trip that you just happened to be there at the same time, or did you go specifically to be at this concert?
Yeah, absolutely. Went for this concert. Took my snowboard because it was end of the season for ski season. So
Yeah, this was
went
recorded in May, so it would have been
May.
towards the end of the season, right?
Yeah, so went to A Basin and Keystone, I think, the next day. So it was pretty cool. I will make you a little bit jealous, though. I don't know if you know, but guess who opened up for this show?
I have no idea.
The one and only Devin Townsend. I don't
Just
even know if he called it. It wasn't really an opening. I mean, it's
fuck
Devin's the man,
off.
right? So,
Was Devin with his whole band, or just was he doing a solo thing?
it's full band. Yeah,
Fuck
it was full.
off, man.
They dude. Yeah, it was that they played Kingdom. They play all the good. I mean, he just ripped and call that a warm up for Opeth, man. I
You
don't know. Then you
you
watch
should
the
have brought me to
sunset.
that concert. Is what you should have brought me
It
to.
was pretty cool. So it was definitely worth going to. And you see Opeth at Red Rocks, and can't go wrong.
Just a classic
So
venue, right? I've never
yeah,
been there. I've never been there. Someday I'll
it's
get to
worth
see a
it.
concert there. That'll be cool.
Yeah,
So let's not keep the people in suspense. Let's play this song.
let's do it.
I'm not going to share my screen because we want to have good audio here, and so we're going to watch it individually on each of our, computers. And then if I need to stop it, I'll wave at you. All right. But you've got it up there. You've got
Ready to
the
rock.
Deliverance Opeth Live Red Rocks. You've got the one 13 minutes and 23 seconds. I don't think I've heard this one. And by the way, Damnation I really liked. It was, like mellower tunes. I've been told that these are harder edged stuff. So are we going to hear like double kick and growls and stuff? Do I need protection? Should I wear my protection?
I think you need some fuzzy socks, Doug. You
My fuzzy
definitely
socks
need
will
to
protect me.
prepare yourself a little bit.
I'm gonna need a cod piece or something.
You're gonna
I've
get
got
all
my
of that.
bucket down here, so I think I'm ready to go. If I need the ejector seat, I think I've got it.
Game on.
So let's do it. This is gonna be fun. Deliverance by Opeth live at Red Rocks in 2017. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Last song of the night. Okay. Five, six, seven. D to 7, right? That's a tritone. Over that E, that's like a... I was gonna say a fire engine. Double kick. Woo! Goes up to F sharp. It's F sharp diminished, I think. Down to E. Just heavy as shit. Okay, I'm gonna stop it, Dan. I'm gonna stop it. Okay, I'm stopped at about 1.5 minutes.
Perfect. What do you think about that?
My pants are still on.
That's good. That's good.
I think I'm okay. That's heavy as crap, but it's amazing. I can only imagine that being the end of the show. Right? What I hear initially was a 7/8 riff. They're in E, but they had a tritone hanging out, and to me it sounded like one of those fire engine sounds, sirens, just blaring, right? And I read, by the way, that at least the story behind the song itself, I'll put this in here, is apparently was inspired by real life events where some of the girlfriends, the lady friends of the band were like held hostage by one of their, like briefly, by one of their ex-boyfriends. So it's like a real life thing where he's now talking about the idea of a relationship, where it becomes toxic or like it leads to an infatuation. You're in fear of losing it, and then it leads to fear and acts of potentially domestic violence or shit like this. So that's what he's talking about here, right? So heavy subject, and it's a heavy song. Should we keep going?
Rock and roll.
I think we do. So I'm at 1.5 minutes, and I'm going to keep going.
Perfect.
Ow. Some of the audience. Softer section, still in 7. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful on the vocals, man. Up a step. doubling in the keyboard is legit. That was beautiful. Tell me how your heart's in need as I drown you in the sea, right? That's what he's talking about. F sharp. Back down to E. Woo! Hear the tritone? That's an F sharp diminished chord. Wish I had a foot cam. Okay. Look me in the eye. Woo. Face down beneath the waterline, gazing into the deep. Right? They have my attention. F sharp. F sharp. No, back down to E. That's nuts! Hang on. Okay, so I stopped it at 5.5 because one, they started this riff that I wanted to go back and catch.
Okay.
Which was new, but I was curious. I'm listening to the lyrics, the delivery of the lyrics. Do you know why potentially some of the time he's singing just regular and some of the time he's growling all over the place? Like, I don't know. Do you know any backstory on if it's a different point of view or anything, or if it's just for musical effect? I don't know.
You know, that's a great question, and I don't know the answer to that question. I've always thought that it was perhaps a little bit of both. If it's two personas, you know, I don't want to guess based on other bands doing it, like Corey Taylor and Slipknot, right? Doing like different personas with the growl. I think, you know, based on what we said before, that it's less about the lyrics. The lyrics are secondary. So, and he has a beautiful voice, so
yeah, he does
a little bit of both.
Yeah, I talked about that when I first heard and was looking at Opeth's music on the channel. I'm like, he sounds lovely. Why is he singing like that? For color, I understand, for color and for the almost orchestration of the vocal itself to be able to provide different layers of color. You know.
To my credit, by the way, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, at least in this setting, very well over the music.
Okay.
I think it's different how you mic it, but I just wasn't listening.
Okay, well, I hope that I'll be able to level it out as we go, because I can relayer the music and I think adjust it to the sound of our voices.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm not including it in the Zoom. Here, just a little trivia tip for all of you at home. We're trying to make this work. I'm in New Jersey. Dan's in like Nevada, practically snowed in. So just like your picture behind you there. Where is that picture, by the way? Is that near you?
That's Lake Tahoe. That is.
Yeah. So if you wanted to drive there under normal conditions, take an hour or so.
Pristine conditions right here. This is a bluebird day right there. That's a bluebird day.
Awesome. Dan's an avid snowboarder here. So go back to 5.5 minutes. That's where I'm actually at 5 minutes and 29 seconds. That's where I stopped. And actually, I want to go back a little bit while we're stopped. Let's go back a little bit even. Let's do like 5 minutes even. Because there was this, they've been around E the whole time. Occasionally they up to F sharp, but E the whole time. And they switched, and I think started on B. And it was a really cool riff, so I want to catch that. So here we are starting at 5 minutes. You ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Face down beneath the waterline, gazing into the crazy. Here! That's cool. Syncopated 4. Maybe it is a different persona. The piercing sounds you make, soaring higher, higher now. At once left in my wake, your memory is nothing but the scars on me. So maybe the growls are the different persona. That is a cool groove. Some chromatics here at the end. It's like fridging for a second, right? Back to this. That's rock and roll, man. It's B to A, D minor, down to A, up to D minor, down to C, down to B, down to B flat. Then it goes somewhere else. Biding time locked inside insanity. New section. Ooh. Tritone. Okay. They're over E. 7th, then to C sharp, B, C, 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 B, B sharp. They land on the tritone. Woo! Hang on a second. Stopping. You hear me? Unmute. You hear
wasn't
it?
that long.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Nice.
good. Okay, good.
Right.
I'm going to back up to about 9 minutes.
Yep. So
Is that Michael on the solo as well, on the lead guitar there.
9 minutes.
9 minutes.
That was, yes.
The one that we just started that I want
Yes.
to go back and catch the beginning of. That's amazing.
Yes.
He's doing the singing and he's got that big time solo. That just roared in.
And it's like 10 o'clock it's freaking windy and cold. And so moving your fingers that fast and that close together has to be difficult.
You would think, yeah, for sure. The section that we just were listening to, I was talking over it a little bit. A completely new section. We hadn't heard it before. The devil guides the way, tells me what to say, pours himself inside, and snuffs the final light. And what do they do musically over that? It's descending chromatic notes vocally. Yum, bum, B, bum. Then they go to the B flat, then go back. Right? So they start on the 7th of the chord and they go down by chromatic half steps to the tritone over the root while they're singing that. It's really cool. I know that he's said in the past that kind of the lyrics are kind of secondary to him, but that makes sense to me as a marrying of the lyrics of the song with the musical choices that they did. Are you at about 9 minutes?
Right on the money.
All right, let's finish this out. 3, 2, 1, go. There it is. Okay. Quite chromatic. E minor, but it goes down from C sharp to C underneath it, down a third. And then I think it goes to a minor G chord, which has a B flat in it. Deliverance thrown back at me, Deliverance laughing at me. Another cool sound. Unbelievable. We're still over E. So that's Lydian. Sol, fi, mi, then me, do. It turns minor. Is Lydian, hopeful, and then minor, the dark and the light, coexisting in this riff. It's like a whole new song. Visuals look stunning. You got the rocks on the side. It's the end of the show, so you've had a few beers. Had a few other things probably. There's that tritone again.
Thank you very much and good night, guys. Thank you so fucking much. We fucking love you. Thank you.
Holy crap. We made it. Holy
That's pretty.
crap.
That's pretty awesome, man. Yeah.
Where were you in the?
That's,
How far up were you in the crowd, by the way?
yeah, I was about midway up and on the stage left. So it was a pretty good spot, close to the bathroom, close to the bar. It was a great experience. You know, I like I've said, I've been to a lot of shows, and this was definitely up there, the top
Do you
two or
have
three.
do you have like a favorite from this particular concert that sticks in your mind?
Ooh, that's a tough question. You know, they
Yeah.
played Era, I think, for the first time on this. This is the first time, at least I heard Era live.
I don't think I know that one.
I don't think you've done that reaction before. That is a great tune. You know, they always mix up the playlists really well. So you always, you know, you hear a few kind of tunes here and there. Blackwater Park, I think they played for a while, and all of their shows. But yeah, they mix up their playlist, and I think you have to give credit to, I mean, Martin Mendez. It's unbelievable what he does on the bass guitar, the rhythm section. Axe was drumming on this one. Martin Lopez, who plays for Soen now, but did the original drums, like I said before, just laying those drums down. And obviously the guitar is just Frederick rips on the guitar, but along with
Do you
Michael.
remember like how you were introduced to the band? Like,
That's
what's your
funny.
origin story as an Opeth fan?
Yeah, man. So I was at work working back in the day at Best Buy, and there was this guy Wade that was listening to this music, and I'm like, man, what are you listening to? I was into Pantera and GNR and Metallica, all the '90s rock and Black Sabbath and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, what is this stuff, you know? And he's like, oh, this is Opeth, and it was the Blackwater Park album.
Okay.
That's how I was introduced to Opeth, was through the Blackwater Park album, and I was hooked. You know, Bleak, Harvest, Blackwater Park itself. Yeah, I mean, great album, but pretty much all growl and double kick. But as you probably know on that album, but
Yeah.
he doesn't take a break. But this was the next produced album, Damnation and Deliverance, after Blackwater Park. So
And you know, you have kind of guided me through my Opeth reactions. Every time I go I'm going to do Opeth on the channel, I ask you which one I should do next. So I started with Reverie and Harlequin Forest.
yep,
Then Porcelain Heart, then Blackwater Park, and then Harvest. I remember Harvest specifically for its off-the-wall chord progression.
right,
I did Burden, I did The Drapery Falls, and then I did Cusp of Eternity and Moon Above, Sun Below. That was a twofer. You got me a Demon of the Fall acoustic.
yeah,
And then we did The Wildflowers and To Bid You Farewell. And then Ghost of Perdition from this same show.
yeah.
I think was the last time that I looked at Opeth on the channel. And then since then, I've done Damnation, the entire album, on my Patreon. So if people want to see that, that's where you get more Opeth. But yeah, this was great, Dan. I liked it. It's heavier. I don't know how I would have reacted to it, 2.5 years ago. But now, I understand. I can associate those sounds and understand them, and not let it affect me too much.
I will say this and I appreciate that comment, and I will say that I think back to when you were getting your doctorate at KU.
Yeah.
I remember driving home, and I'm like, you got to hear this song. I think it was off their Watershed album. It might have been for Porcelain Heart, actually. I don't know. It was love Profanity. A few of those, but I was always getting the value, always wanted the value from hearing your perspective of
Mm,
this kind of music. And I have to say that Opeth's always so well put together, and these guys are just so tight. You know, when you hear them
yeah.
play live, or obviously, you know, in their studio recordings, are just the
Yeah.
best. You know, they do such a great job, but they care, and you can tell. So they're
Yeah.
great band.
One of the musicians that I've learned about over these last few years, and that you introduced me to, was Steven Wilson, and I've come to have an immense respect for anything that Steven does, and you know, from his own recordings to the recordings that he has gone back and remastered and remixed, and I know that he worked with Opeth on both of these original albums
Right.
as a producer. So the fact that Steven Wilson is going, these guys are worthy of my time for their current new albums says a lot to me about just how much they're respected by their peers.
True professionals,
Yeah,
right there. Yeah.
for sure. I do, and as I'm thinking more about it, I do think that the the clean vocals versus the growly vocals are from different points of view in the persona, boiled down to the simplicity of it. It's good versus evil, right?
Right.
A few weeks ago, I looked at High Ren from Ren, and in that video, he was doing completely different points of view within the same video, right? Within the same context, he's speaking from two different perspectives, right? And it's that was amazing as well. But this has a similar dichotomy, I think, in the perspective of the vocals. But the riffs were all over the place, and it sounded unbelievable, dude. So that was cool.
So what's next from
I don't
Opeth?
know. Whatever you tell me to do is next.
I
I don't
think
know.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think
You're gonna go
because
out on a limb.
Opeth,
Come on now.
making me laugh, Doug, making me laugh. Opeth does not do a lot of covers. So there's a few covers out there. So they did a
Covers.
cover of, well, it wasn't really a cover. It was right when Dio had passed away, and they
Ah,
found out about it when they were on tour. So there's a live version. I don't think there's a studio recorded version of Catch the Rainbow.
mm,
But I mean, it gives me a chill, man. It just so that's a beautiful song. I think
okay.
Michael does, the band does a great job. There's Soldier of Fortune, which is also out there. That's a great cover.
Okay.
There's Wood, as Alice in Chains song.
Okay.
Um,
Man, I don't
that,
think I need to
that
do another some more Alice in Chains too. I think I've just done the one from them
ooh, they
that you
they have to be
suggested.
on your list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace,
Well,
Lane Staley. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I mean, do you know what Opeth's touring looks like? Are they working on an album, or are they coming back on tour? When can we see them next?
That's a great question. Throw something in the comments if somebody knows, but I do know they just came off of a tour in, I think, South America and Europe. I think they were just in Spain. They just wrapped up a week or two ago. So I'm sure they're taking a break. They've been touring a lot in the States. We'll welcome them all day long.
Sure.
Would love to see another album. So let's see what they have up their sleeve.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's
This
always
has been
good.
fun, dude. Yeah. Deliverance from Opeth live at Red Rocks. You were there. You were there. It could only be that great because you were there to witness it.
It was awesome. It was a 10.
Yeah, it was a 10. So here's to the next time. Here's the next
Cheers.
time, brother. All right. So we'll do it again. We'll do it again. It's been too long, and it's good to spend some time with you on my birthday today. So thanks for bringing some deliverance
Happy
to me
birthday,
on my
brother.
birthday. I was delivered 46 years ago today. How about that?
Hallelujah.
All right. See you later, dude.
Cheers. See you.
Peace. Okay, thank you, DJ Dan, little brother Dan, for spending some time with me on my birthday. Opeth is one of those bands that always intrigues me every time I get to them. And even this one, with the growls and the double kick, so far, it's already one of my favorites. There's a lot in there, and it's really cohesive musically, and I very much enjoyed listening to it, as well as talking with my brother and sharing it all with you. So, here's to a great new year for me, and I am just continually appreciative of all of y'all's support of the channel. Thanks for being here, and we will see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.